Hey there, it's Kathleen from Relatively Refined, here to share with you a recent thrift shop haul. This was an extra special one because my sister Patty and I got together and spent the better part of a day hitting up 4 thrift shops. And this video will share with you what we got for our homes. One tip, if you are planning on doing a sort of a road trip or a day of thrifting, really good to sort of check out the local or wherever you're going, the thrift shops, to find out what times they're open and closed, because sometimes thrift shops have really kind of crazy hours, only open from 10 to 2 or from 1 to 5. So when you're mapping out your route, take that into account. Look it up, find out what days of the week they're opened, what their hours are, and then map out the best possible route for you to get the most thrifting in that you can. Okay, so here we go. So the first item I'll share with you first couple of items are for our mother, who is, so Mom, if you're watching or listening, you have to duck out of the room for about 30 seconds while I share these couple of things that we picked up for her Christmas stocking. We always fill a stocking for her on Christmas, and we gather things thrifted and not thrifted throughout the year to put in that stocking. So this first item are these little candy dishes that are their little glass candy dishes, and they're like, there were 2 of them for 50 cents in 2 of the card suits. So there was the spades and the clubs, and my mom plays cards with her friends down in Florida, and I thought they would be really cute on the table with some M&Ms or some nuts in it or something like that while they're playing cards. And then the other item, also for 50 cents, that we got for her Christmas stocking, she collects a particular china dish, this international stoneware from Japan, and it's just like a little farm village scene. And these mugs were 50 cents, and we found those at the Goodwill. So anytime we see this particular pattern, we pick it up and we'll just add it to her collection. So those are the 2 little items that we got for my mom. So she's welcome to come back now. The next item is this cute little, again, I think all of these were 50 cents, little ceramic, like a crock, but a mini one. And the way I use it is I have it up in the bathroom, and I use it for my toothbrush and toothpaste. So it's just instead of a regular toothpaste holder or toothbrush holder, I use this instead. So that was, I think, a 50-cent item. The other, excuse me while I reach down, item are these little tiny silver-plated bowls. They're really little. They're maybe like 2 inches in diameter. And so I have a thought for these. I am thinking that I'm going to get little succulents, and I'm going to plant the little succulents in here. That's one idea. And then the other idea is to put something like ketchup in them, have them around the table. If you have a big dinner table, and like instead of passing the ketchup, you could put the ketchup in here, or salt, just salt to sprinkle on your food or something like that. But they were for $1. I was like, there are 4 of them. I'm always looking for things to plant little mini plants in, like succulents and things like that. So I thought that would be fun. So those were also 50 cents. And the other 50-cent item I got is this really cute plate. It was only one. It was a single. But if you look, I mean, it's so delicate and sweet that I just couldn't put it down. And I've already used it. I bought some cute little tea cakes at the little bake shed up the road, and I put it on there, and it just looked perfect. So again, for 50 cents, I couldn't pass it up. So one more thing from that particular Goodwill is just this little wooden decoy duck. And I have a larger one up in a bookshelf, a glassed closed-in bookshelf that I got on Marketplace probably years ago for maybe like $65. And it's an old wavy glassed bookshelf, and I'll share some pictures of where the duck sits in there. But it will sit next to its bigger other decoy that I have. This one's small, maybe about 6 inches long. So a couple things I found for myself that are totally just fun. As you see this lovely, beautiful ring that I'm wearing, total costume jewelry, but really fun and a really pretty color in there. And I couldn't pass that up. I think it was a couple bucks, or it might have been $1. And just for fun. And I teach school and I work with little kids. And I haven't worn it yet, but I think they'll think that is like really very special ring. And the other thing I got for myself was I'll be going to Florida in a couple of weeks, and I found this cool little sun hat, and I thought, you know what, I don't have a straw hat, so I picked up this one from the Goodwill as well, and I think this one may have been $3, $2.99. A lot of those are marked in 99 cents, so this was probably $2.99, but it's perfect. It fits perfectly. Okay, the other things, a couple things here are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to move us back so we can fit these in the screen. So I took a needle felting class not too long ago, and I had made my design, and it's gonna be hard with the glare, but this was the design I made. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make it into a pillow or what I was going to do with it. Well, at the Goodwill, and the sticker's on the back, so it was $2.99, was this really perfect frame. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take it and I'm going to frame this picture. My husband actually framed it for me before I could kind of sign the bottom of it, because it almost has that sort of museum-y feel to it, where you frame a piece of cloth or some sort of textile. So that I will use for my first ever needle felting project. And let's see, what else? I got let me show you this. This is big too. This is a basket, huge, actually, a very heavy duty basket. It actually has a thing on it to hang. I use it. I put it on the top of a bookshelf. More as a display. I did put it down on the middle of the table at one point with candles in it, or some fake flowers, but it's just really cool. And one thing I like to do in my home is I have painted walls, as you can see behind me, and because this is a home we've refurbished, we did it all over. It's new sheetrock on the wall. So I like to put things around that add texture, and certainly basketry or any kind of woven thing like that adds a nice texture to break up sort of the smooth palette of the paint on the walls. I also got that basket was from a free pile. This was from a rummage sale, a church rummage sale. I don't know if you can see, it's super cool. It's a vintage cake carrier with the top. I love the color. It's that beautiful sort of vintage blue, and it has these little things here. You click them open here, and then the top comes off, and you put your cake in there. Put it back on, push the little sides, these little sides here, click it back in, and you have a way to take your cakes to wherever you're going. I bought it because of the color. I loved the teal color, and the writing cake, very mid-century, sort of 1950s font on that word cake. So again, that was from a church rummage sale for a couple of bucks. And the last thing I will share with you today is I picked up a drum lampshade for my living room lamp. So let me show you. I'm going to turn that around so you can see. So this is the lamp, and it had a cream colored shade that I had gotten from Pottery Barn, and it was big, drum shade. But I thought, you know what? The room, as you can see, it has a white sofa. It has sort of a pale blue-gray wall. And this green just added kind of a little punch of color for spring and summer. And I'll switch it out come fall and winter, and I'll go back to my winter white lamp. So as you can see, we had a pretty good haul. But what was even more special was just spending the day thrifting. It's always fun to go with a fellow thrifter, and even better when it's your sister. So thank you for watching. Please like this video, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be back with more. Bye. And please visit us at relatively_refined on Instagram.